Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And it's Sunday. I go live on a Sunday, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Z or Z fold. We say Z in Canada, but if you're from the US, you say Z. So I'm going to make a Z fold card, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to use the driving by stamp set, which is one of the stamp sets that you can get for free during Celebration with a $60 order in Canada. And so I thought this was a really fun one, just making sure that I actually am live and I can see I'm live. I can see some comments. So I think that means I'm live. Just checking. Of course, I can't find it when I want to. There we go. I am live. Perfect. There's some comments there. Let me just. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Jeanette. Welcome. All right. So let me switch over to my desktop and I will show you. I'm doing a bit of a combination on this one. So I'm using the driving by stamp set, but I'm using the New Horizons Designer Series paper because it is just absolutely stunning paper and creates great backgrounds for, in this case, the scene I'm going to make. So, all right, let me switch over and we will get started. So this is this driving by. It is so cute with these. They're very retro cars. And I'm going to do them in bright colors because it just seems like it's the right thing to do with these, the Volkswagens, and I'm not sure what that is, that convertible. And some really nice sentiments. I like the font on these sentiments. Okay, so here's my supplies. So I'm going to use Crumb Cake as my base color. I've got some things already stamped and colored because I didn't want to take all the time with that. All right, Crumb Cake is my base color. And then I'm using Rich Razzleberry, which I will bring out here. And then I'm using this beautiful Designer Series paper. Again, this is from the New Horizons product suite, and it is just so stunning that it just creates the great backgrounds for some scenes, and then there's some more abstract images on the back. I just love it. It's so versatile. All right, so let's get some of my pieces cut out. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11. And you're going to score this. So again, I'm using Crumb Cake. So you're going to score this at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. Okay, so this will be our card base. So again, it's 4 1/4 by 11 and it's scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then you want a piece. This is 1 1/4 by 11, and this again is going to be scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Pretty easy. All right, my trimmer away. Okay, let's work. Hey, Joey. Let's work on the base first. So the way the base is going to work now, we're going to fold this, as I always say, fold into the mountain. So this is the side that's got the little ridge on it from where you scored. Grab your bone folder because you really are going to want to get a good crease. So fold on the 5 1/2 inch score line. So basically this is making a card base as you normally would. And then you're going to fold back on that 2 3/4 inch. So again, you folded your card base in half on the 5 1/2, and then at the 2 3/4 inch score line, you're going to fold it back. So you end up with a piece that looks like this when it's folded. So the front of it is only 2 3/4 inches wide because it's been folded back on itself. Okay, so that's the card base. And then with this piece, you're going to do the same. This is the piece that's going to hold it together and make that Z fold. So you're going to do this. So you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold this back on itself. So to put this together, when we actually do, so on the card base, the shorter side, the front, is the piece that's folded over on itself. But to put this together, you're going to have your small connection piece. You're now going to have the 5.5-inch piece that will be at the top, and the two pieces that are at 2 3/4 in size will be towards the back. And we will eventually adhere this so that when you open it up, it's held together like this, and you end up with a card that looks like a Z. Okay, so let's do some decorating. This is rich razzleberry, and this piece is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we're going to adhere this to the back. You don't have to use, I've kind of got this double layered because I wanted a little bit of this color in behind. If you wanted to just use the designer series paper or basic white, oops, a little bit, you would make those pieces be 4 inches by 5 1/2. But in my case, because I want the pop of color, this is 4 inches by 5 1/2, and then my second layer, which is just so stunning, is 3 3/4 by 5. You could use basic white and do some stamping on this if you want, but I just thought this designer series paper was so pretty. Okay, so that's going to be the back of my card, back inside of my card. For this one, there's not going to be a lot of room to write. Actually, there'll be no room to write, to be honest. So you probably will want to put a piece of basic white, and I got a piece here that's actually, this is cut 3 3/4 by 5. So you probably want to put something on the back so that you can write a note. Now for the front, I've got 2 pieces of rich razzleberry, and these are cut 2.5 by 4. So those 2 pieces are going to go on like that. So adhere these on. Okay, so we got those on. Now I took another piece of the designer series paper, and this was cut, let's see, this was cut 3 3/4 by 5, and then I cut that in half, basically. So this turns into 2.5. Oops, I'm gonna have to trim this. It needs to be a little bit smaller than that. So let me think about this first before. I'm not sure what I was doing here. So it's definitely 4 inches long, and these need to be 2 1/4. So let's trim it off that. So that was 2.5. So yes, so these pieces should be 2 1/4 by 4. Didn't quite get them trimmed enough. So your rich razzleberry was 2.5 by 4. So these pieces are 2 1/4 by, sorry, 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And these pieces go on here. Now, because I used it from a piece of designer series paper that I could make look like it continued, I wanted to get them in the kind of in the right order. But if you're doing some stamping or you're using other designer series paper, you could pretty much, you don't have to worry about getting them the right piece on the right side. Okay, so this is going to be my background for my scene that I'm setting. So now we can take and adhere this on. I'm going to use tear and tape adhesive just because this is a piece that's going to move a lot. So again, my card base has the biggest piece on the back, and then these 2 smaller flaps on the front. And then the connection piece has the biggest piece. So this is the 5.5-inch piece on the front, and the 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 inch in length will go towards the back. Again, it's Z, it's folded in a Z, but it will go to the opposite way to what you have it for your card base. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tear and tape here, just because I want to make sure that it's got some strength to it, because it's going to get opened and closed. All right, so let's put this down. Now the way to put this down is to fold it in on itself. So fold it so it's only 5.5 inches, and you're just going to line up that edge level with the edge of that side of the card. And then we'll take our piece of tear and tape off of this side and just lay it down and get it level with that side. There, so we've now got our card base fit together. Now, I went ahead and stamped some of these great car images. So I stamped one of the bug, one of the van, and one of the convertible. And I've done some cutting, so I've got some bright colors here. I just thought that they would be fun colors. I didn't get them all cut out, so I'm just going to take, so I stamped them in using Tuxedo Black Memento ink and colored them with my blends. And again, when you're cutting these out, make sure that you are kind of driving, you're steering your paper with your left hand, or the hand that doesn't have the scissors in it if you're not right-handed. So I'm really controlling my paper with my left hand, and not with the hand that has the scissors in it. The scissors are just kind of following along, and I'm kind of cutting as I go. It just makes fussy cutting so much easier if you do this. So again, steer with the hand that doesn't have the scissors. This little VW bug reminds me of the IKEA commercial, the one that's the Start the Car, where they've got stuff piled on the top of the car because they've got such good deals on the IKEA sale. I don't know. It's kind of cute. All right, so there's that, and then I just want to cut these. I cut these are part of the convertible stamp, and I just kind of cut them off because I'm going to pop them up a little bit. Just a fun card. There we go. All right, so my goal was to actually put these at different heights along the way. I am interesting. Just about lost a die that doesn't even belong. As I was grabbing my dimensionals, a die went flying. Good thing I found it. Otherwise, I would have been looking for it. It belongs to the Artfully Composed suite. I was using it yesterday. All right, so we're just going to, let's see, how do I want this to go? Okay, so we'll do the VW, the van going this way. Okay. This one here. You can do it whichever way you want, but since my the bug is facing the opposite direction, we will have it on the inside of the card. Now, with this one, this is going to stand up and be higher, so I want to probably use a mini dimensional on the back of those, and I just want it right low here. You could use a piece of window sheet if you wanted this to be higher, but there I've got a dimensional. So this is just going to kind of be over the edge of my connection piece. Hello. Hey, Lorraine. Nice of you to join us. It's getting late. I guess it's 11 o'clock in the UK. My goodness. If you are coming in through YouTube, I don't know that anybody is. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notified. All right, there we go. And now we've got our BW. You want to make sure that as you're adhering these, you're not adhering them to the back side or to the card base itself. All right, so the only thing we need here is a sentiment. So let's see. How about we use the one that says, driving by to say hi. And I'm going to stamp this in my memento. A little bit of a shadow on that one, but I'm going to fussy cut this out, so it doesn't really matter. If you follow me, you know that I like to fussy cut my sentiments. All right. Now, let's put it there with some dimensionals. Oh, right. I'm looking at my clock thinking that it's 3 o'clock. I'm not sure why. And it's not. It's 12:15 here. So yes, it's only not too bad. All right, let's do this. There we go. Isn't this a cute card? Can you imagine if you've got grandchildren or particularly grandsons who love cars? These kind of remind me of Hot Wheels. When I was a kid, Hot Wheels were the thing. My brother had tons of them. And so these little cars kind of remind me of Hot Wheels. So just a bit of a fun card. So don't forget that this stamp set, this driving by stamp set, is only available until the end of Celebration, which is the end of February in most parts of the world. In the South Pacific, it, I believe, is going to the end of March, but not in North America for sure. So if you're interested in this, place a $60 order before the end of March. Oh, I said I was going to put that on the back, didn't I? Let's put this on the back. And place an order by the end of March, and or sorry, by the end of February, and you can choose this driving by stamp set for free. So we'll put this on the back just so there's some writing, place to write a note. I won't do any stamping on it because you could stamp one of the little cars on it if you wanted to. All right. So just a bit of a different way to combine the stamp set from Celebration with something from the mini catalog. In this case, the New Horizons Designer Series paper is just so stunning. And if you haven't looked at that suite, you definitely want. Oh, Tracy says Hot Wheels are still big. Well, there we go. I guess they've stood the test of time. My brother we had a pool table in our basement in our rec room, and he used to have that just covered. There was a loop-de-loop that they would go around, and he would have so much fun. I wasn't so much into it, but he definitely had fun with them. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me today. I will be live on Tuesday night at 6:30 Pacific to do a sketch challenge, so hopefully you will be able to join me. And then if you're in my Facebook group, which is Create with Stamping with Melva, I always get it mixed up with my page. I will put the links to it. If you're in my group, we'll be doing a mystery challenge on Thursday night at 6:30 Pacific, and that clue will go live at about 9 a.m. Pacific, so you can get ready for it. If you're not in the group, I'll put the link and you're welcome to join, and then join us on the mystery challenge. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're having a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody. Happy stamping.